Lick it like you like it.
You waited for me to hit the button. All right, ready?
Hi, I'm Whitney.
And I'm Taylor.
And we are the Ghost Sisters.
The Ghost Sisters. Okay, so...
Okay.
So, y'all get ready.
That's right. Sorry, the way we were saying okay, it made me think of a horn, and then I was like, what did I say earlier that made you think of a horn? And it was when I went, fuck!
Yep.
So,
all right. So, we are continuing with the astrology thing today.
not astronomy.
Astrology. Yes. And I wanted to...
Wait. Have you seen the clip? I think it's like The Bachelor or something.
Yes.
Where he's like, hi, I'm an astrophysicist or something. And she's like, oh my God, I'm a Cancer. And he's like, what?
It's like, aw, sis. So I was going to start with zodiac with this, and very quickly saw that zodiac deals with all of the like houses and asteroids and planets and elements and modalities. And I was like, oh, I gotta go do background research here. So
we're not even doing
zodiac today.
Okay.
We're going to look at houses,
normally
planets, and asteroids
with at least 4 walls and a roof.
This one has 12 spaces.
You can have 12 rooms in a house.
Yeah. You gotta be rich for that shit, but yeah.
You gotta be rich for a 1-bedroom, so.
If you can hear smacking, that's Sophie, the resident.
Yes.
Yep.
Very upset with calling me out.
Yep.
How dare you?
Prepare yourself for a lot of information. It's going to be a lot. I only went through those 3 things, and I have 8 pages of research. So let's get started.
Okay.
So we're going to start with houses. The houses are the 12 sections of the sky.
We're not doing this.
Okay. The houses are the 12 sections of the sky that the birth chart is divided into.
The natal chart.
The natal chart, not the natal tract. The natal chart.
That's my brain.
So these come into play whenever we're talking about horoscopes and like what areas of your life you should focus on, and that kind of stuff. So, for example, you might get a horoscope that says there will be eclipse in your 2nd house, which means that there will be a change in the values and possessions that you have. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be, it is almost as convoluted as the first one. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up. So we're starting with the first house.
Uh-huh.
This is the house of the self, and it is ruled by Aries and the planet Mars.
What's up, Aries?
Yep. So this is focused on new beginnings that are centered on the individual. Basically, who are you? What will you become? And how do you realize your best self? And it speaks to the realization of your ultimate potential. So you're looking at the individual. Mm-hmm. Are you quite finished?
Oh, thirsty.
No, you're very thirsty.
Oh, we'll go get back up in the chair. You can't sit with us.
I need you to figure it out, Kai. No, you can't sit here. We wear pink on Wednesdays. You can't sit here.
You shouldn't even go here.
You sling slobber up on your face.
That's been there for a while.
Has it?
Mm-hmm.
How very observant I am. Okay, so.
Does she need to?
She,
got to water, gotta pee.
God. Yes, probably. Be careful. There we go. Kai, you need to go break. She's like, I mean, if you're offering. No, you can't go out there, dummy.
Talk a short can. Can and I will.
You can't go out there, dummy. What was that? That was pitiful. The littlest of meows.
He's such an asshole kid.
Why are you hissing at me?
He's like, she made eye contact with me.
What? I don't understand. He never hisses at me unless you're around.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't get it.
Hiya.
She was standing there like, what?
Hello. No. Okay. Looked like she was about to beeline for your spot.
She definitely was.
Okay. Chocolate didn't have way to yell at me.
Okay.
Hi, baby doll. You have to sit in a chair now.
She's gonna want to.
I know, but you got stuff.
Go and give you a kiss.
I know you do, but we're not doing that. You're gonna go sit in a chair.
Okay, so this addresses the individual and their component. Oh God, and their comportment.
Is that a real word?
I think so. That's what the website said. Comportment, behavior or bearing.
All right.
Yeah, so their comportment and approach to life. So this has to do with the outer being, which is the physical body, and that's also governed by the first house, and it rules early childhood. So basically, this is like where whatever things are within the first house, whatever planet, whatever asteroid, whatever constellation is in the first house, determines kind of how you are going to act and how you're going to respond to things.
And what does Aries have to do with this?
Aries, the first house is ruled by Aries.
I do not understand.
Meaning that the aspects of the first house are controlled by, I know. Kyanite, stop. They are controlled by Aries.
Okay.
We're going to get into that part later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
not in this episode, in a couple episodes.
Okay. I was like, you're saying things and it makes sense, but it also does not make sense.
Oh, 100%.
So,
the entire time I was researching this, I was like, what? So,
what?
The second house is the house of possessions. This is going to be not only tangible things, but feelings, emotions, inner selves, abilities, needs, and wants.
So apparently I just live in this house?
Yeah, it's Taurus.
Fuck. Why? Why are both of them like, fuck both of you? Aries and Taurus.
Yeah.
God damn.
So yes, this is ruled by Taurus and the planet Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Using possessions to maximize advantage to enhance our lives and the lives of those around us. It brings forward the concept of value. What do we value? Why do we value it? Who do we value? What do we own? And what do we want to own? Why do we want to own those things?
Okay. Like sounding less like me.
Yeah.
Go back to the feelings part.
So this goes into earned income and influencing that with investments, movable property such as cars and what is that face?
I'm just so far still not sounding. Description sounds like me. All of this shit does not.
Right.
Okay.
The ability to use our possessions honestly and to the best of our advantage for the greater good. Okay. The third house is the house of communication or the house of sharing. It's called both. Communication.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Communication between the individual and those they hold close. This can deal with kindred spirits and mental connections with people or animals. It has to do with intelligence and the basic grasp of things and practical sensibility of what's going on around you. Basically common sense.
So not the Rougarou.
Not the Rougarou. No. Early education is covered by the third house, so it really deals with harnessing intelligence and sharing that with others. Wow. This is ruled by Gemini and the planet Mercury.
Okay.
The fourth house is the house of family and home. Basically, this really gets into the concept of home, not necessarily as a structure, but what we think of when we think of home. So,
take me home, country roads, to the place I belong. Okay.
I've always told Winnie that she needs to do a creepy version of each of the songs.
West Virginia.
Yeah, basically.
Mountain Mama.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's enough of that. So, it really looks. I lost my place. Okay, so the fourth house looks more into where we lay our foundation and where we put down roots. So it looks at old age, endings, and final resting places. I know, not necessarily a fun thing.
Gross.
Looking at the integration of self with what has come before us and help shape what we are today.
Now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, you know what? That is the ultimate home.
Yeah.
The Egyptians had it right.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate home. You go home.
Right.
So why wouldn't you make it extravagant and ridiculous?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plan for the future.
Well.
So this also, it is ruled by creating a comforting domestic space that nurtures us and serves to keep those we love safe. It also looks into family history, cultural and societal norms, ancestry, roots, heritage, the ways of being, and it can be thought of as the house of the mother, the parent, or the nurturer. So it can get into physical structures and real estate, but again, it's more on the
spiritual side.
Yeah, the meaning side of that. And then it can look at family history and traditions. And it is within the Cancer. You're just going to have a very angry cat.
He came up to me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. It is ruled by Cancer and the planet Moon. So in this, they consider the moon a planet. I know.
The moon of what planet?
Of Earth.
All right.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't just say moon.
I mean, it can.
There's multiple moons.
Did you know that moons can have moons and they call them moons?
Moon.
It's always a Kahoot question in my
the second
my
time we've done that today.
I know. Moon. Fifth house is the house of pleasure. This can be both romantic pleasure or the result of a creative act, which is giving you like self-worth and all that kind of stuff. Right. So creating, giving oneself to something and making something in return. So that can refer to procreation in children, but also creation of art and culture and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So do I like this? Does it make me feel good? Does it bring me pleasure? This also is gambling, fun, games, and hobbies because it's a willingness to take a risk with something.
Okay.
Kind of like, having children, that can be a risk,
Oh.
It also...
Why'd you describe it that way?
Well, I mean, it just depends on, I guess I shouldn't describe it that way. She looking at me so sad.
I mean, it does make it, not to take it this way, but, one of my fears is what if I give birth and they're, a serial killer?
Legit, that's what I think of all the time. It's one of the reasons I'm like, I'm not gonna have kids.
Just gotta bring them up right, maybe. And
sometimes you do that and it still doesn't work.
Hope that they're just not fucking crazy.
Right.
Okay.
So it also, the website that I was getting these from, I was like, oh no, because it listed children as a source of pleasure. I was like, ugh. Do not
do
want.
You mean, child.
As in, bringing up a child, passing on your knowledge and that kind of thing.
Not just children like you would cake.
It says giving the child all the good we had and have. So music, dance, theater, art, science, and literature.
Okay. So also not like cake.
Right. But I mean, like, cake.
Cake is my pleasure.
Yeah.
So.
I am a food motivated person. Yes.
Extremely.
So fifth house is ruled by Leo and the sun.
Okay.
Sixth house is the house of health, coping in the face of adversity, crises, illnesses, and reversal of fortune. So how do we confront these things and how do we deal with the lessons that they teach us? Okay. It also looks into work and service. So employment, training, those who we serve and those who serve us and those who depend on us. It can look into health, both good and bad, as well as diet, fitness, and hygiene, and then duty, responsibility, and personal growth, but then also the daily dealings in life, like what clothes am I going to wear? Should I get a haircut? Have I fed the dog? That kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot for one house.
Agreed. It's ruled by Virgo and Mercury.
Okay.
Okay. The seventh house, we're halfway now.
We're halfway there.
Ow!
Living on a prayer.
If you hear ear flapping and scratching, that's my dog, Kyanite. Lovely.
We're making it through, y'all.
We are, barely. So the seventh house is the house of partnerships. And this can mean anything from marriage to business relationships to negotiations to agreements. It's just partnerships.
Okay.
So this is the shifting the focus from yourself to another person in one way or another. And it gives purpose to somebody. The act of accomplishing something great or small for the self, for the partnership, and for society.
Okay.
So it looks more into why do you choose this particular partnership? Is it for love? Is it for money? Is it practical? Is it social? All that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But it also looks at the negative side of that, which is divorce, lawsuits, treaties, all that kind of stuff. That is ruled by Libra and Venus.
Okay.
Then we have the eighth house, which is the house of sex, or also the house of transformation. So, yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's a weird grouping.
Agreed, yeah.
Okay.
So it has to do with combining the thoughts of rebirth, death, and sex together, and that they are all things that we experience, like, because the French call an orgasm le petit mort, which is the little death. So, yeah, I know, right?
Why?
So, so this really looks into relationships and shared resources. So like inheritance, alimonies, taxes, insurance, support from each other, which could be financial, spiritual, emotional, or physical. So the transformative part of this is rituals. It focuses on ritualistic things like meditation and all that kind of stuff. So there really wasn't too much that I found on the eighth house, which was interesting.
Okay. I still feel like it took a turn that I wasn't expecting because you were like, the transformations, rituals. And I was like, got it, marriage. Cool.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And then you were like, like meditation. And I was like, oh, alrighty.
Yeah.
I don't.
So this is ruled by Scorpio and both Mars and Pluto.
Both?
Both.
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 Both is good.
Both is good. Okay, so the ninth house, this is the house of philosophy or the house of purpose. This is, as the name suggests, looking for meaning and truth and understanding what we see and feel and probing further for more information about it.
Okay.
So this, of course, goes in hand with higher education, voyaging for discovery, knowing and respecting the laws, expanding the inner and outer lives by traveling and interacting with people and learning different cultures and diversity and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But it also gets into spirituality and dreams and all that kind of stuff. It can look into the negative aspects of this as well, which is ambition, greed, and the overexpansion of the self. So like
egotistical kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. This one is can also look into multi-generational things. So it looks into things like grandparents and great grandparents and that kind of stuff. I don't know why that's connected.
I was
But
like,
maybe
I
like
feel
the wisdom of the elder.
Maybe, because yeah, it all made sense, and then you're like, and then the grandpa was involved.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's literally
Okay.
when it popped in there. I was like, I guess I will type this. Like, it doesn't fit, but okay,
Sure.
So that's ruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter. Then we have the 10th house, which is the house of social status, work, career, and society. How those interplay with one another, how we are viewed by society or our peers, and what kind of fame we get, that kind of stuff. This really comes into play with ego as well. The role we take in the community, authority, promotions, fame within businesses and social activities. Looks into vocation. What role do we choose and what do we want to achieve out of that? And that can be your career, professional goals, your ambitions and motivations. But it can also get into ego gratification, because if you're talking about social status, you're likely talking about, it's Jake. You seriously left all of that alone up until this moment.
He's like, yeah, I understand. I know what's wrong.
Okay. So when you're talking about fame and, promotions and all that kind of stuff, you're also talking a little bit about your own ego.
Right.
So you're looking at how you manage that ego gratification. Do you use it for the betterment of society, or do you use it to,
toot your own horn?
Basically, yeah.
Toot, toot. Yeah.
Toot, toot.
When you first said that it had to do with social status, I was like, oh, this one's like a moot point at this stage in life, like where society is, because like we don't really have, like we do, but we don't have social status, like
classes, like
yeah, like you're not going to be like, oh, Mr. Bingley, like you're not doing that kind of shit. Why are you laughing? It's a great movie, great book.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying, but now
you.
it makes sense whenever you're talking about like within the workplace, within your own community, and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this also addresses the father, who is generally seen as the more authoritative, if I could talk, the more authoritative parent. This is ruled by Capricorn and the Sun.
All right.
Nope, I'm sorry, Capricorn and Saturn.
Fuck.
You were cool with the Sun, but fuck Saturn.
I mean, you changed it. I was set with the Sun.
Fair. Okay, so the 11th house is the house of friendships. This kind of takes away from, because we had partnerships earlier. This is going more towards casual relationships, like clubs, organizations, social groups, networking organizations, professional associations, that kind of stuff. How did I get the loudest drinker in the world? Would you lay down? Gross. No, don't come near me with that shit. Gross. Go away. I love you, but go away.
Can I go lay down?
Yes, please go lay
Go
down.
lay down. She's like, you're in my spot now.
Go away. You've drooled on my brand new blanket. I'm angry. Okay. So this, go away. Busy. Hi, I love you. Go away.
What the heck?
Okay.
Okay.
So this looks more at the activities we undertake, how we make a difference, and how we grow. So it looks a lot at opportunity and possibilities and ultimately destiny. So your hopes, your dreams, your desires, your creative vision is highlighted in this.
This is the one about friendship?
Yes. This also highlights what kind of friend we are. So
okay,
what do we do for others? How do we view our friends? How do they view us? What kind of a friend am I? It looks into the philanthropic side of yourself and improving society. And then it also governs stepchildren, foster children, and adoptive children.
Because they're friends.
I guess.
I don't know.
It's ruled by Aquarius and Saturn and Uranus.
This one also gets 2?
It gets 2. Next one also gets 2. So the next one is kind of a downer.
What planets are there?
No, this is the house. This is the 12th house.
Yeah, but aren't they all ruled by different house?
Some planets rule 2 or can rule 2 different houses.
Pick a house, all right? Man, come on.
Okay. So the next one, the 12th house, is the house of the subconscious or the house of the unconscious. This is where it gets a little spoopy. We get into the unseen realm, sorrow, shadow, and invisible enemies. This is more of the unconscious state and looking at internal reflection and reviewing what we have been through and what have we done and where to go from where we are. So it's more of an unconscious state. It allows for you to deliberate on the strengths and your weaknesses. And it also deals with karma. So what shit have you done and what price are you going to pay for it?
Fair.
It looks into the manner how we move forward with things. It compels us to seek closure. It also kind of has a little bit of a confining property to it.
Okay.
So it's the ruler of jails, hospitals, institutions, asylums, and any space that inhibits freedom. So it also lends to danger, secret enemies, and clandestine affairs.
Danger.
So it is ruled by Pisces and Jupiter and Neptune.
Just made me think of ginger.
Okay, so those are the 12 houses.
Okay. Will I remember any of them?
No. Even I'm going to have to go back and what did this house say? So now we're going to get into the planets. And each of these planets has a different effect when they're in certain zodiac signs within the natal chart.
Within the house.
Within the house, yes.
Okay.
So that means I went through and I did the brief overview of each of the planets. But the sun, when it's in Aries, means something. The sun, when it's in Capricorn, means something. So I might do an episode where I focus on the sun in all of the different things. And then maybe an episode of, maybe those are minis. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. But that is a thing. They mean something different in different zodiac signs.
You need an entire podcast
on just astrology.
Astrology.
Yes. Maybe I should do that. I should create a separate podcast that's just astrology.
I mean, you can.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know you ain't going to be a part of that.
I'm here with you in spirit.
Uh-huh. So we have 10.
Many.
We have 10 planets.
So many.
Yeah. Some of which are not actually planets, like the moon and the sun, not actually planets. And then Pluto is also considered in this, which we know that Pluto got demoted to a dwarf planet.
Sad.
Did you know that they're actually talking about bringing it back to planetary status?
Pick something.
I know.
Pick a lane.
Yeah. So, but they found something beyond Pluto that orbits so slowly. This is the first time that we've ever seen it since the discovery of the telescope.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? So
and
wait,
even then,
wait.
They saw the shadow of Pluto on it. That's how they found it.
So, hold up. Just because we found another planet, maybe, possibly, they're gonna
No, they're redefining what they consider a dwarf planet. And if they do that, then Pluto doesn't fit anymore. Because we found other objects that are actually dwarf planets. That I actually talk about one in this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Poor Pluto.
I know, poor Pluto.
Having an identity crisis.
I know.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
2023.
2023. Okay. So we're going to start with the sun. The sun is, because it gives life and it gives off light and, all that crap. It's the center. It's a big part of astrology.
It can also take away life.
I mean, here in 4.5 billion years, yeah.
A giant ball of fire.
Legit. It's going to explode one of these days. Take us all with it.
Tell me about Yellowstone.
Oh no, that's a whole other podcast in itself. If y'all want to hear about Yellowstone supervolcano, at me, because I will tell you. All of my former students are like, oh.
I'm like, let's press some buttons here.
Yellowstone. Okay, so it is the planet of the self, and it really looks into the personality, the ego, the spirit, and what makes someone unique.
So wait, our modern astrology is based on the sun signs, right?
Yes.
So whenever you go and you look at like Aries are apparently hot-headed and I don't know.
That's because the sun was in Aries at the time of birth.
The self.
Yes.
Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, this is your identity and your face to the world.
Okay.
And it speaks to the creative ability and the power of the person to meet challenges in everyday life.
Okay.
It rules the natural father, the husband, children, and other male influences. I don't know why. It didn't elaborate. It just says that because it tends to rule authority and the ability to lead and an individual's essence. So typically because the man is more authoritative, don't at me, that's what the website said. That's why it's associated with the sun.
The sun needs to get with the times and realize anyone and everyone can do anything and everything. Right. Get it together, you piece of fireball.
You piece of fireball. Okay, so it also looks at, it rules royalty and higher offices, and it lords over health and well-being. Okay. It's also known as a luminary or a star, which we all know it's a star. If you didn't know it's a star, now you know it's a star.
Spoiler alert.
Sun's a star. Okay, so the next one is the moon.
Okay.
This is where the female comes into it. This is the mother and the relationship between woman and child. So
makes sense.
It is the planet of emotions.
Fuck. God damn it.
So it touches us more deeply than any other planet because why?
Why?
I'm asking you why.
I'm asking you right back.
Oh, okay.
Am I going to cry?
No.
Okay.
Because it's closest to Earth. Yeah. Basically, like the whole reason that the moon has more influence over the tide than the sun does is because the moon is closest to the Earth. Yeah.
So, all right.
So it affects mood swings.
Fuck you.
Instinct and how we feel.
Yep.
It also, so it said that the
this is why it's with the woman, is because everyone's like, ooh, periods, and ooh, it makes you emotional. Oh, it goes with the moon. Yep. And so then the moon is like, well, I guess we're just going to be feminine.
Yep.
Because women
bleed. Yep. Whitney is feeling some sort of way.
Fucking moon is in my path. God damn it.
So it is said that the sun gives you your spirit. The moon gives you your soul. I know.
All right.
No. It is equated with a mother and the relationship between a woman and a child. So it typically goes along with fertility, pregnancy, and childbirth.
Okay.
Yes. So Mercury is the planet of communication. And this comes down to communication, intellect, and awareness, logic and reasoning, manner of thinking, how you create and express your own thoughts. But it also comes into restlessness and motion. Like if you think of Mercury as the god, he was a messenger, but he was also very quick because of his shoes with the wings on it.
Well, that was Hermes.
Hermes is the Greek version. Yeah.
See, we had to do mythology.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Maybe you can do that.
Yep.
Okay. Good stuff. So, because of that, it goes into quick wit, quick thinking, your ability to rationalize, but also short trips. Like if you're like, I gotta go to the store. Like
you were going to say bathroom.
No, I wasn't. I don't even know what I was going to say.
It sounded
but that
like, because you were like, I'm going to go to the store.
Yeah. So,
clearly Mercury is not working for you today.
It also rules transportation, speaking, writing, books, online communication, and learning, and siblings.
What's up?
What's up, girl? Hi. Everybody's like, and I'm
done. Unsubscribe.
So Venus is, of course, the planet of love, but it's also the planet of money.
Okay.
It is pleasure and pleasure shared pleasure and pleasure shared with someone else.
Really?
Yep.
Mercury is not your fan today.
Nope. Love, romance, and harmony in emotional attachments, which can be marriage, friendships, other unions like business relationships and stuff. And it appreciates others and the things we possess.
Okay.
It also looks into socializing and relating to others, beauty, the arts, aesthetic. It looks into refinement and culture and charm and grace. Like if it's fancy, Venus is about it. Possessions, luxuries, food, like jewelry and all that kind of stuff. Food and drink, home, refinement, all that stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello?
The fuck was that?
Something outside.
Yeah. Okay. Mars is the planet of passion.
It's also where men come from.
Women are from Venus. I've got a yum yum. You got a penis.
Well, okay, wait. Reel it back. Okay, so if men are from Mars and women are from Venus, isn't it really men are from the sun and women are from the moon?
Yeah. According to this, yes.
So they're flaming.
Good Lord. So Mars is the action planet. It deals with energy, passion, drive, and determination. It commands you to be noticed and to get things done.
Oh, mine is never.
Your Mars is not around.
My Mars is very small. My Mars is like, hey guys, I'm here. Can we do something today?
And your other planets are like, fuck no.
You can back right off Mars. Fuck you.
It's also ambition and competition, courage and honor, and assertion and daring.
That's the only part that they let it play in.
Yeah.
It's the only reindeer game it can be involved in.
Reindeer game. It can be constructive and destructive. It can do stamina, ambition, achievement. It can also do sexuality and sexual energy. And the flip side of that is it can also go for weapons, accidents, and surgeries.
How is that the flip side of sex and sexuality?
Flip side of good stuff.
Oh, okay. I was like, what sex are you having? Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so Jupiter is the planet of luck. And this really... So I was a little confused about the planet of luck and then the description. Because it has higher learning, ideology, religions, philosophy, long distance travel.
So really, it's how smart are you to survive?
I guess, yeah. Yeah.
So but does that mean that you're lucky if you're smart enough to survive?
Well, it says it also does luck and good fortune, like your success, your accomplishments, your prosperity. Sorry.
Back.
Okay. Your prosperity, but it can also turn into laziness or sloth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like think of a way to make it into luck, but really this is just like,
it's honestly
how successful can you be, or do you want to be, or what's your ambition? It has nothing to do with luck.
Right, exactly.
Unless way back when they were doing it, they didn't understand that. And they were just like, you're lucky in life. Look at all the shit you got. You're like, I fucking worked my ass off.
Right. So that's actually leisure time is something that Jupiter likes. So sports, games, strolls through the woods, hanging with your animals, that kind of stuff. And then in the woods. And then also wealth. All right. Then we have Saturn, the planet of karma. Commands us to get work done and work hard. Discipline and responsibility, time and restrictions. It also wants you to speculate on old age and learn from the lessons that are gained in old age.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't want to.
I'm going to live forever thanks to denial.
And also, I feel super old as it is. Don't make me think about whenever I'm older.
It also likes tradition, conventionality, and wisdom, perseverance, and authority, structure, order, and the way that we conduct our affairs. So whenever we were talking about your students that one time and we were like, oh, Saturn's actually going into retrograde.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which we're going to talk about retrograde motion as well.
Good.
Not today. So Uranus is the planet of rebellion. This is actually, so we're getting to the point. She just has to laugh when I say Uranus.
It's not just that.
Uranus.
Well, it's not just that, but they're also for rebellion. I'm just thinking about like constipation. It's like, I'm not coming out.
I'm not doing it. So this one, we're getting into the planets that move really slow in their orbits around the sun. So they take a long time to actually get through the zodiac. So you end up feeling these more generationally than actually like every year in your life kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's a new way of looking at things. Originality, inventions, computer, cutting edge tech, and future events. So basically like when we have a big breakthrough, like when the iPhone came out and when the first computers came out, that kind of thing is attributed to Uranus. Yeah.
AI technology. AI is going to take over the world. Did you know that, Taylor? It's happening.
AI can't draw hands right now.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Eventually, yeah, it will, but right now we're okay.
Like the new Apple glasses thing.
Oh, yeah.
So you can still do FaceTime even though it's on your face. Mm-hmm. And it just takes a picture of your face and goes, this is what she looks like now while she says all of the things.
It deep fakes you, basically.
Yeah. It's not okay.
I'm just, I for one, welcome our robot overlords.
I'm going to die in the future.
You are.
Everything is going to be motion something or other, and I'm just going to fucking die.
So to put some context to this, we ghost hunted Miss Molly's 2 days ago.
Yep.
The room that we got into is Miss Josie's. She was the madam, and that floor was so slanted that Whitney got motion sick from it.
Like I think I walked around to check the place out, and then I was putting up the dowsing rods and trying to figure out where to put them, and then all of a sudden I stood up and I looked at Taylor and she was like, "Do you need to sit down?" And I was like, "Yup." And I could not move after that.
Yep.
Like we left and I was doing better, and then we got back and I wasn't doing okay again.
Yep.
Like it was so slanted. So yeah, when we have Apple glasses, self-driving cars, mm-hmm. have virtual reality TV and all that kind of bullshit, I'm just going to die. I will be Amish.
You will, yeah.
Yeah. I welcome it.
Okay, good stuff. I'll make sure to come visit you in your barn.
You won't be allowed because I'll be shouldn't.
You'll be shouldn't?
I'll be shouldn't. Don't shun me.
Okay. So this also comes with breaking traditions. Typically, if Uranus wants to do something, Uranus is going to do something.
Isn't it true?
I mean, yeah. My Uranus certainly does.
We gotta get past it.
Rebellion, revolution, dictators, autonomous states, and free will.
Oh, yeah. Dictators are assholes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. But it also looks into freedom and creativity, and astrology itself is ruled by Uranus.
Because it's a shit show? What? I don't...
It's very confusing, yes. So it also rules because it is rebellion, and it typically is a little bit more on the destructive side of things, earthquakes and other natural disasters.
Okay.
So I kind of want to be a scientist with that and go, where is Uranus in relationship to all of like major natural disasters on our planet?
I was thinking about it and I was like, we have too many now.
Yeah, it's a lot to...
Unless, what if Uranus is getting closer?
It's not, I promise. Okay, so Neptune is... Neptune? The second I said it, I was like, that is not how you say that. Neptune is the planet of illusion. Again, this is generational. Dreams, illusions, abstract thoughts, mysteries, spirituality. It also does entertainment like movies, television, theater, fashion, poetry, music, dance, and all forms of glamour. Basically, you can think of Neptune as almost hedonistic because it also gets into drugs, alcohol, trances, hypnosis, and escapism.
See, I was thinking of it because you mentioned like, I don't know. I don't remember what you mentioned that made me think of it, but like TV shows, we just keep remaking them and we keep remaking movies. So clearly Neptune has been like, bye, like hanging out somewhere else. And then like it comes and we're like, wow, fantastic. And then they're like, what if we remake this for the 5th time? And we're like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Then we have Pluto. So this is the final one. This is the planet of power, and Pluto is known to whatever Pluto wants to do, Pluto's doing, whether you are on board with it or not.
Pluto gets what Pluto wants.
Yes, exactly. So it is transformation, regeneration, rebirth, destruction, death, obsession, kidnapping, coercion, viruses, and waste, crime, underworld, terrorism, dictatorships, and atomic power, and then reproductive systems.
Oh. Okay.
You just tossing that in there?
Having a lot of thoughts there, and then you fucked that all up with...
So the reproductive systems is the rebirth part of it.
The only
rebirth
part of it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all right, so where was Pluto in 2020?
Yeah, exactly. Viruses. Yeah.
Where was Pluto with like World War I, World
9/11.
War II, 9/11?
Yeah.
Like the shit with Russia and Ukraine. Like where was Pluto?
Yeah.
Or is Pluto just fucking shit up the whole time and it's just like as it like goes around and it's just
I don't know. I don't know. So those are the 10 planets. And then the final bit is asteroids. And this totally threw me because I never knew asteroids were a part of zodiac or astrology. These also mean different things when they're in different zodiac signs.
But like asteroids are just...
There are certain asteroids that have been recognized as constant in our solar system.
Okay, so like we can name them and everything.
Yeah,
it's
these
not
are
just
where,
a rock flying around.
Correct. These are where we get into, these could possibly be like protoplanets or planetesimals or dwarf planets, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So these are all named after Roman goddesses.
Okay.
Or gods. They also mean different things in different zodiac on the natal chart, so I could do a whole mess with just that. The first one is Ceres. Or Ceres, depends on how you say it. Asteroid of nurturing, named for the Roman goddess of agriculture, grain, fertility, and motherly relationships, and focuses more on self-care, but not necessarily like, I'm going to do a spa today. More of a holistic approach of how to become the best caregiver to yourself. So how do you take on the parent role and the child role so that you maintain a sense of whimsy and need for discovery? Sit the hell down.
Okay.
Please sit down. I love you dearly. Please sit down. Okay. It was just when she made the second revolution and she just like, nope. It was like, come on. Okay, so where was I? How do you maintain the childlike aspect of whimsy and wanting to discover more about things, but also the parent-like aspect of you need to take care of yourself. You need to make sure you're getting medicine. You need to do vaccines, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
The next one is Pallas or Pais or Pallas, Pallas. It's the asteroid of wisdom.
I think it's Pallas.
Pallas, yeah. The goddess for war, victory, craft, and wisdom. Provokes one to examine their beliefs and balance polarities of thought to include information and logic that's aligned with wisdom. Basically telling you, if you think this, go seek out the truth of it so that you can inform yourself about it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Valid.
Yeah. Noticing picture or patterns and looking at larger pictures in order to do creativity and problem solving. And also looks into curiosity and our own unique versions of genius, because everybody has something that they excel in. And that's where it gets into like, how do you learn that? How do you teach that? How do you write that kind of stuff? So it's whenever it's in balance, it's you there's a little gray area between everything. When it's out of balance, there's very black and white thinking or a know-it-all attitude. We are very black and white thinkers, you and I. Yeah.
But not know-it-all.
No, we're not know-it-all, but we are black and white thinkers. So my therapist told me that.
You like how I'm like, we're not know-it-all.
We're not know-it-alls.
Got it, Taylor.
So the next one is Juno, which is the queen of the gods. She was Jupiter's husband. Nope, Jupiter's wife. She was Jupiter's partner.
You're just such on the struggle bus today.
I am. She is, this is the asteroid of commitment. So traditional ideas of monogamy and marriage. She was one of two.
Sophie.
Can you stop?
Lay down. You're annoying. You're being annoying. Go lay down. Go somewhere. Come here.
I'm gonna do this as slow as possible.
Oh my god. Lay down.
I love you. Okay. Juno was one of only two goddesses that were ever legally married. It was Juno and Venus.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. Huh. So this is looking into clues of the type of person we will marry or who we can easily commit to.
Okay.
And
Sophie, I swear to God. I swear to Juno.
I swear to goddess.
Goddess be praised.
Also looks into commitment, equality, and loyalty, but on the flip side of that, it looks into jealousy, power struggles, and manipulation.
Okay.
Vesta is the asteroid of spirituality. I'm really having an issue today.
Here they are.
This is looking at hearth and home, sexuality, and how our desire translates to spiritual learning. If it is blocked, then it can be an unrealized sexual potential or denial of sex and passion. And if it's unintegrated, it can be associated with the virgin dash whore aspect. Like you're either a virgin or you're a whore.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Rude.
Yeah. The next one is Hygeia, the asteroid of wellness. This is where the name hygiene comes from. Health and healing. This focuses more on preventative medicine. So looking at judgment, looking at the balance of the body and the mind, and then the small things that we do every day that we don't think about, like drinking a glass of water or getting sleep or breathing.
Okay, breathing is one of them. Okay,
yeah.
Because I was like breathing, just living.
Yep. So looking at diet, exercise, medication, vaccines, meditation, and philosophy, this really takes science and sensitivity and marries them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the final one, this one threw me for a fucking loop. This is Chiron.
Okay.
It's the wounded healer asteroid. And it's about teaching and healing.
Okay.
Because Chiron was the son of I don't remember the name of the goddess, but basically Zeus, everybody's favorite horn dog.
Is this Zeus? Like Zeus is Greek?
Yeah. Chiron is Greek.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought these were all Roman.
No.
Okay.
One of them, yeah. So, Zeus found a lady that he liked. He was like, totes gonna knock this bitch up.
Hell yeah.
And then, because that's what...
Sophie.
because that's what Zeus did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to get away from Zeus, she turned herself into a horse so that she could run faster.
Sure.
Zeus was faster.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's
The god. Yeah.
I mean, could you turn yourself into like a hummingbird?
Right. He still would have tried. But yeah, basically he caught her as a horse and impregnated her. Yeah. So she had the baby and was mortified to find out it was a centaur. Half human, half horse.
Well, I mean, if you turned yourself into a horse,
yeah.
Let's talk about some genetics here.
She was so horrified that she begged the gods to become a tree. I don't know why a tree, but a tree. So now at this point, Chiron had been abandoned by both his parents.
Running around with this horsey body.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
He becomes a teacher and a healer. And eventually, whenever he's giving a sermon or something like that, or he's teaching a class or something like that, a poisoned arrow lands on his leg. And
his horse leg.
And it's painful, but because he's half god, he can't die. So he begs the gods to kill him so that he can be put out of his misery. The gods agree and send him up to the sky.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like you could have just asked him, like, hey, can you stop?
Yeah, can you fix this?
I mean, you made my mom a tree, so you should be able to at least get rid of the poison.
Your horn dog king god is the reason for this.
So, like, just heal me?
Yeah.
I mean, I also guess if you were in a situation where you could never die, and then you finally were like, ow, ow, ow,
ow,
please kill me.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Okay. So that is the end of my part 1 of Astrology Basics.
Because the first one was
history.
Okay.
Yes. So this is part 1 of Astrology Basics. The next one I'm going to actually talk about like aspects and trines. I'm hoping to get into, of course, we're going to talk about modalities and elements. I might be able to get into the actual zodiac, but we might end up having a whole other, like, just zodiac and Chinese zodiac in one episode. So we'll see.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Good talk. I do feel like I learned something.
Good.
I could not tell you what it was now.
Yes.
But okay.
Okay. Cool. Very good.
Yeah.
So, well, we hope you enjoyed listening.
Yeah. And we will spook you later. If you feel like messaging us about astrology or anything like that, anything really, if you feel like messaging us, reach out to us either at Gmail, which is TheGhostSistersTX@gmail.com, Insta, TheGhostSistersTX, or Twitter and Facebook, which is just The Ghost Sisters. Yep.
And that's all.
And we will see you guys on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye.